Welcome to another episode of Your Voice. I'm John Balser, your voice for the NRV and surrounding areas.
On today's episode, we have Jim May, owner of Ivy Tree and Shrub Care. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Your Voice. I am Shane Patrick Cruz, obviously not John. John is away dealing with some health issues. Hopefully he will be back soon. He says he misses you all and hopes to get in touch with you guys soon. If you got a chance, reach out to John just to say hey and ask how he's doing. Today on the episode, we have Jim May is your last name, right, May?
Correct.
Fantastic. And Jim, what is your title?
Well,
Arborist?
I'm a certified arborist
and
a certified pesticide applicator.
Okay, so we'll get into exactly what that means in a moment. But first, tell me who you are outside of the business. What kind of things are you into?
Well, obviously, I'm an outdoors person since
Yeah.
I deal with trees and shrubs. I love hiking, camping, going to the beach, gardening, landscaping.
Now, have you always been that way?
Yeah, since I was a little boy. Actually, my mom kind of got me into the love of gardening.
Yeah.
You know, when I was young, we gardened together, had a vegetable garden together. So I've always enjoyed it. And then I came to Virginia Tech to go to school, and I got my degrees. I have 2 degrees in horticulture.
Nice.
A bachelor's and a master's degree in horticulture.
Now, where did you grow up?
In Fairfax. In Northern Virginia.
Fantastic. Now, you were mentioning you were in the Blacksburg area for 36 years?
After I graduated from Virginia Tech, I stayed here and I worked at several different jobs. I haven't always owned this business, but I worked at several other jobs as an extension agent. I was a research associate at Virginia Tech. I managed a nursery, things like that.
So when did you decide that you wanted to own your own business doing this?
Well, I kind of fell into this. A friend of mine owned this business since 1999.
Right.
In 2007, he passed away from colon cancer.
Okay.
And before he passed away, he said, Jim, I'd really like for you to take over this business. So I felt honored to do that.
Yeah.
Olin Sharon was his name. He was a great man.
Yeah.
So I took over the business in January of 2008. So this is starting my 13th year of owning this business.
Congratulations.
And I've been doing it full time. And I've kind of expanded it since I took over from him. When I originally took it over, I was dealing mostly with hemlock trees. There's a serious insect problem with hemlocks called the hemlock woolly adelgid. And I've been working on that for years, but I've also expanded it to other insect and disease problems and nutritional needs of trees and shrubs.
So give everybody an overview of what you do in the business, right?
Right.
For people that might not know exactly what an arborist does.
Sure. Well, there's different things that arborists do. A lot of arborists, remove trees.
Okay.
I don't do any of that.
Gotcha.
I try to take care of them. So I want to save them if I can. So if they're insect infested, or if they have a disease, or even if they need nutrition, then I go to a customer's house, I identify the plant, then I identify the problem, and then I work out a solution to deal with it and write up a proposal for that and present it to the customer. And I've had very, very good success in saving trees and shrubs.
Very good. We're going to get into 3 tips at the end that people can think about in that specific area. But before that, I know that you spent a little bit of time in Richmond, Virginia, which is where I'm from.
Right.
When did you move to Richmond?
Moved to Richmond in March of 2016.
Okay.
And I just moved back to the New River Valley in October of last year, 2019.
Now, why did you come back to New River Valley?
Primarily because I have a new granddaughter.
Fantastic. A year old, right?
She's a year old.
What's her name?
Her name is Aurora.
Oh, I love that.
They call her Rory.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, she's a sweet little girl.
So is your family mostly in this area?
My daughter is in this area with her husband and daughter. And then my son is out in California. He's a forest firefighter in California.
So outdoors runs in the family?
Yes, sir.
That's
absolutely.
Great. That's great. Now, what is it about the New River Valley that is not just good for business, but just good for people in general?
Oh, it's an awesome area. I mean, if you like the outdoors, this is a great place to be.
Yeah.
If you're interested in, going to the malls and going shopping and all that stuff, the New River Valley really isn't the best place for you.
Yeah.
Although the New River Valley is definitely expanding. I can see a huge change in it in the last 4 years while I was gone.
Yeah.
But it's just such a great area for anybody that loves the outdoors.
Now, do you have a favorite place around here that you like going to? Maybe hiking or?
Oh, just for a quick go-to place, I go out to Pandapis Pond.
I've heard about that. I've not had a chance to get out there.
Beautiful little pond. It's not huge. It's right on the fault line.
Okay.
And it's an interesting little place, and it's a good path to walk around the lake.
Yeah.
Or the pond, they call it. I also like to go out to the Cascades, which is a 70-foot waterfall in Giles County.
Hike. That's not an easy hike.
Come on, you're not used to it.
I tell you that. A good friend of mine and his wife said, "Oh, you got to go out to the Cascades. Everybody goes out there." And so we went out there. Gosh, when was it? It was in the latter part of the summer of last year, and we didn't take the road. So we actually took along the river, and man, it is straight up for a while. It messes with you because you go like straight up on these they look like steps almost, and then it levels out for you a little bit. And you're like, oh, okay, we're good. And then straight up again.
Yeah.
It kind of made me feel bad because like dogs were passing me on the way up there. But it's gorgeous when you finally get there.
It's
really nice.
Yeah.
We took the road back.
I have
to say.
I've been up there in all 4 seasons, and I've even seen it frozen.
Really?
Which is amazing. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Hopefully it'll freeze this winter.
Yeah. So if you're watching this and you haven't been there, definitely go. I'm looking forward to going to the pond as well.
Pandapis Pond.
Pandapis Pond.
Beautiful little pond.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we were up in what is the lake where they filmed Dirty Dancing? That's nearby as well.
It's called Mountain Lake.
Mountain Lake. That's right. Yeah, that's about 45 minutes from here.
Oh, not that
hour?
far. No.
Closer
It's
than that?
about 15 minutes to the turnoff, and then there's a 7-mile windy road up
Yeah.
to get to it, which takes another 15 or so minutes.
Yeah, interesting. If you haven't heard about the interesting phenomenon that has happened at Mountain Lake, definitely look into it. It's kind of strange what the lake is receding and now out of nowhere coming back.
It's coming back, it looks like.
Yeah, really strange, but gorgeous area up there.
It is beautiful.
3 rapid questions here, and I have not told you what the questions are. Actually, we're going to do 2. We'll do 2, and then we'll do the tips after that.
Okay.
First question. What is one of your greatest fears?
Wow. Drowning.
Really?
Yeah.
Any particular reason?
No, because I'm a strong swimmer. And
that does not surprise me.
Yeah. I'm a strong swimmer. I'm, a decent athlete. So it's not something that could happen, but you never know. And it's just that fear of losing your breath and not being able to regain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second question. If you could put anything on a billboard, what would you put on it? And it could be pictures or words or both.
On a billboard. Business-wise or?
Whatever you would like it to be.
Like.
Let's do not business, because obviously you want to promote your business.
Yeah. Wow. Treat each other kindly.
We need a little bit of that today, don't
We do.
we? Yeah.
We do. We're very divided, but doesn't mean we're not all humans and can get along with each other.
Absolutely. Especially today. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and
yes.
Right in Richmond today at the state capitol, there is a huge rally going on.
Huge rally.
So hopefully everybody there is getting along.
Maintaining cool head. Yes.
Yeah. All right, last thing. If you could give 3 quick tips to people that are maintaining their trees and their shrubs and their flowers, what would they be?
First one would be to look at the mature size of a tree or a shrub before you plant it.
Okay. And what does that mean exactly?
Well, you don't want to plant a tree that's going to get huge right next to your house. And I see it all the time where people do that. And then the tree encroaches on the house, or it gets underneath the foundation of the house and causes trouble. So I would caution people to do that.
Okay.
You buy a little tiny plant, and it doesn't look like much now, but in 10 years, it's a monster.
Yeah.
So be careful doing that. The second is to plant it properly. Make sure you have decent soil that has good drainage and has some organic matter in it.
Gotcha.
and plant it properly. Don't plant it too deep.
Gotcha.
And the third, I guess, would just be to monitor your plants occasionally. Walk around your yard and look. And if you see anything unusual, then call somebody like me
Gotcha.
that can come out and identify the problem.
Let me ask you this. If someone is, say, looking to re-landscape their area, or they're buying a house and they want to put landscape around it, are you able to come out ahead of time and just kind of advise on
I'm not a designer, but what I can do is tell somebody what plant will grow in a certain area. So in other words, if you have a full sun area that it's sunny all day long and you want to plant something up against your house, you don't want to plant azaleas or rhododendrons or a shrub that likes a little bit of shade.
Yeah.
Because that's when they get stressed.
Yeah.
And when they get stressed, that's when the insects move in.
What is something that we're sort of getting ready? We got fooled with some warm weather. Now we got super cold weather again.
Right.
Is there anything right now that people can do to protect things?
Not so much, because I know some fruit trees, in fact, have started blooming in January when we had that warm stretch of 2.5 weeks of really nice warm weather. So trees will bloom, but it won't kill the tree. So don't worry about that.
Sure.
Trees have the ability to, grow new buds and grow new flower buds, and so that won't really affect them so badly.
Gotcha.
So it's not really anything to worry about.
Good. What is the best way for someone to get a hold of you?
Either visit my website, which is ivtreecare.com.
Okay.
And IV stands for intravenous, which means injections, and that's what I do. I do injections into trees, or I can inject a chemical into the soil around a tree or a shrub. I don't do a lot of spraying.
Okay.
So IV Tree Care is my website, and I do have a Facebook page, which is IV Tree and Shrub Care.
Is just find you on the website, and you got your email on your website?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
All my phone number and everything.
Anything else that I missed that you want to let people know about?
No, I don't think so. Spring is coming. I can't wait for spring to get here. It's my busy season, as you can probably imagine.
Yeah.
I want to help as many people as I can, and it's a fun thing that I do. I mean, I'm old enough to be retired, but I'm not retired because I love doing what I do.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the spring.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you so much for being on here.
Thank you, Shane. I appreciate it.
John says hello, and I'll let him know that you missed a great one. Sorry, John.
Hope he's feeling better.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you guys.